The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Karath of the Velkine Dominion rose from his crystalline seat, his 6 eyes gleaming with barely concealed satisfaction. The holographic projection above the circular arena displayed Earth, a blue marble suspended in the vastness of space, soon to be marked with the crimson seal of exclusion. "The motion is carried," Karath announced, his translator rendering his chittering language into the common tongue. "Humanity is hereby banned from the Galactic Council, effective immediately. All treaties are nullified. All trade agreements are void. They may not appeal this decision for 100 standard cycles." Ambassador Chen Wei stood alone in the defendant's circle, her hands clasped behind her back, her face betraying nothing. Around her, representatives from 47 species watched, some with pity, most with indifference, a few with the same smug satisfaction that oozed from Karath. "On what grounds?" Chen asked, her voice steady. "Recklessness," replied Councillor Thresh, the Vaxian Trade Minister. "Your people expand too quickly, claim resources too aggressively, and refuse to acknowledge the established order that has maintained galactic peace for 10,000 years. "You mean?" Chen said quietly. "We refuse to bow." Karath's mandibles clicked in what might have been laughter. "Your species has existed in space for barely 2 centuries. You lack the wisdom to participate in matters of cosmic importance. Perhaps in isolation you will learn humility." Chen looked around the chamber one final time, meeting the eyes, or optical sensors, or crystalline facets, of every species present. Then she smiled. It was not a happy smile. "Very well," she said. "Humanity accepts your judgment." 20 standard cycles later, the Galactic Council discovered what humanity had built in isolation. The first sign came when Velkine mining operations in the Outer Reach began disappearing. Not destroyed, simply gone, as if entire asteroids had been plucked from existence. When Karath sent a battle fleet to investigate, they found nothing but human markers, sleek obelisks broadcasting a simple message in every known language. "This territory is claimed by the Terran Commonwealth. All resources have been relocated to authorized zones. Trespassers will be escorted out." Escorted by what, the Velkine wondered, seeing no ships, no stations, no defenses. When they proceeded anyway, they found out. The human vessels materialized like ghosts, sleek, black, and utterly silent. They didn't fire weapons. They didn't need to. Tractor beams of unprecedented power simply grabbed the Velkine warships and moved them, gently but irresistibly, back across the boundary. Every system aboard the Velkine vessels failed to respond. Weapons wouldn't charge, engines wouldn't fire. The humans had somehow taken complete control. The Fleet Admiral's communication panel activated on its own. A human face appeared. Young, professional, bored. "You have violated Terran space," the human said. "As per our regulations, you are being removed. Continued violations will result in impoundment of your vessels. Have a nice day." The screen went dark. The Velkine ships found themselves 3 light-years away. All systems suddenly restored. The reports flooded into the Council. Humanity had not been idle. In isolation, forbidden from Council markets, humanity had done the impossible. They'd turned inward first, unifying their fractured home system, then exploded outward with terrifying efficiency. While the Council had been content with their established territories, humans had mapped and claimed thousands of systems in uncharted space. While other species had settled into technological stagnation, humans had innovated at a pace that made Council scientists dizzy. Quantum fold drives that made Council FTL look like chemical rockets. Nanofabrication that could build starships from asteroid dust in weeks. AI interfaces that made human vessels respond like living things. And artificial gravity control that made the Council's gravitic technology look like primitive pulleys. But it wasn't the technology that troubled the Council most. It was the others. Humanity had not been alone in its exile. The Threnics, a species of brilliant engineers, banned for disruptive innovation. The Solari, telepathic botanists, exiled for unauthorized terraforming. The Kron, warrior poets, expelled for cultural incompatibility. A dozen other species, all rejected by the Council's rigid hierarchy, all found by humanity in the galactic fringes. The humans had offered them something the Council never had: partnership, not patronage. The Terran Commonwealth grew exponentially. It wasn't an empire in the traditional sense. It was a federation of equals, each species contributing their strengths. Threnix engineering, Solari biotech, Kron tactical doctrine, human innovation and stubborn refusal to accept limitations. Together they became something unprecedented. We made a mistake, Counselor Thresh admitted in the emergency session, 50 cycles after humanity's exile. The chamber erupted in argument. Karath's successor, a younger Velkine named Shareth, tried to maintain order. We cannot appear weak. We cannot simply reverse our decision. Then we're fools, Thresh snapped. Look at the data. The Terran Commonwealth controls 20% of mapped space. Their economy rivals our entire council. Their technology surpasses ours in every category. And they're not even hostile, they simply ignore us. That was perhaps what stung most. Humanity didn't seek revenge. They didn't wage war against the council. They'd simply built something better and moved on, treating the council not as enemies but as irrelevant. Trade happened at the borders, but on human terms. Council species who wished to join the Commonwealth were welcomed, and dozens had already applied, drawn by opportunity and genuine equality. The brain drain was becoming catastrophic. Ambassador Chen Wei, now considerably older, received the Council's delegation in the Terran Commonwealth's capital station, a massive ring structure orbiting a neutron star, powered by stellar energy capture that the Council's scientists still couldn't replicate. Karath himself had come, humbled and aged. We wish to discuss re-establishing diplomatic relations. Chen smiled, the same smile from 70 years ago, but warmer now. Of course, the Commonwealth believes in open dialogue. We'd be happy to establish an embassy exchange, trade agreements, cultural programs, and our membership in the Commonwealth? The Galactic Council wishes to join. Chen's eyebrows rose. That's a significant step. There would be reforms required. The Commonwealth doesn't recognize hierarchical species rights. All members are equal regardless of age or accomplishments. Karath's mandibles quivered. Pride warred with pragmatism. Finally, pragmatism won. We understand. We wish to learn from our mistakes. Chen stood, extending her hand in the human gesture of partnership. Then welcome. We're stronger together than apart. That's something we learned a long time ago. As Karath took her hand, he wondered how humanity had done it, how they'd turned exile into triumph, rejection into revolution. The answer was simple, though the Council had never understood it. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or their adaptability. It was their absolute refusal to accept that anything was impossible, and their stubborn insistence that everyone deserved a seat at the table. The Council had banned them, so humanity had built a better council,